Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Sofia Octavia Ahmad Yani from Kelas BKI-A State Islamic University, Professor Yani Saifuddin Zuhri, Purwokerto. Here I will explain two materials about democracy and the concept of Islamic relation in Indonesia. Then I will explain the material about democracy. The first is the meaning of democracy. Democracy is a form of government in which all citizens have equal rights in making decisions that can change their lives. The meaning of democracy according to Islamic law is an order, form of mechanism of a country system as an effort to release the sovereignty of the people over the country to be carried out by the government of that country. The second is the elements of democratic culture. Among others are involvement of the people in making political decisions, level of equality of right among citizens, the degree of freedom and independence granted of or maintained by citizens, electoral system and majority rule. The third, namely the principle of democratic culture in general. Among others are the existence of a guarantee of human rights, equality before the law, a recognition of political rights, supervision or control of the government with democracy itself, government based on the constitution, honest and fair election and popular sovereignty. In the fourth section, there are models of democracy. Amongst other are classical democracy, protective republicanism and development, protective democracy and developmental democracy. Then the second material is about the concept of Islamic relation in Indonesia. The fourth is Islamic relation in Indonesia. The relationship between Islam and the state has been widely discussed by experts in the Islamic world along with the emergence of the concept of nation-state in the 19th century, which was popularized by the Western world to the international world, including the territory of Indonesia, which has a majority Muslim population. The second is the history of the entry of Islam in Indonesia. The entry of Islam in Indonesia has an effect on changing the order of social life. One of them, the existence of Islam kingdoms such as the Samropasai kingdom, the Demak kingdom, and so on. The development of Islam in Indonesia is increasing. Even Indonesia is a Muslim country with the most Muslim as a population. The third kinds of theories of the entry of Islam, including Gejala theory, which entered Indonesia in the 13th century from Muslim Indian traders and was developed by Pigeonapple from Leiden University. Then the Mecca theory. In this theory, it is explained that Saudi Arabia plays a big role. Then the Persian theory, which was coined by Hussein Jayadiningrat and explained that Islam entered Indonesia from Persia and stopped in Gujarat in the 13th century. The fourth is the role of Islam in Indonesia. Among them, the struggle of the Islamic kingdom against colonialism. The people's struggle was led by the ulama, the role of Muslims in fighting for Indonesian independence. Then the fifth, the concept of the relationship between Islam and the state. The concept of an antagonistic relationship, namely the nature of the relationship that characterizes the state and Islam as a religion. The concept of an accommodative relationship, the complementary nature of the relationship between the state and religion, and there is even a tendency to have the freedom to reduce conflict. The sixth, the relationship of Islam with the state according to some understanding among them. Under state theocracy, according to this understanding, the state is united with religion. Secular understanding, this understanding separates religion and state. Communist ideology, communist views the nature of the relationship between state and religion based on the philosophy of dialectical materialism and historical materialism. The last is the seventh. According to Shazali, Islam is divided into three, that the flow that considered Islam is a complete religion that includes everything. Then Islam has nothing to do with the state because Islam doesn't regulate in the life of the state of government. Then Islam doesn't cover everything but includes a set of ethical principles and values about life in society. Maybe that's all I can say. Less and more sorry for any mistake. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.